Yo, what's going on, guys? It's C-Brad. Welcome to No Money Spent episode 4. We have a ton of new content that dropped in the game today. A lot of new cards and a lot of very usable cards. So really exciting content drop. Friendly reminder to like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. We will be posting these No Money Spent videos throughout the entire year. And I know last episode I said I was going to go into some market flipping stuff. I'm going to push that off till the next episode. There was just a ton of new content today and I wanted to knock it all out, and I'd like to go over all the new cards that came out and kind of give my opinions on what I think about them. The market flipping episode will be tomorrow, so that's the next one, but it's just gonna be tomorrow, so you guys aren't gonna have to wait too long. Alright, so you can see on screen, here's where we left the squad off last time. Clemente is kind of a placeholder. We're working towards Albert Pujols to play third base for us. We've done some of this Conquest map. I've only knocked out like 6 teams out of the 30, so I think I'm gonna try to do like 6 a day moving forward or so. But it is double XP weekend all weekend, so if you're looking to grind offline stuff like the Conquest that I'm working on, now's a really good time. The double XP is just for in-game XP, it's not for collections or anything. Double XP is important, obviously, because XP is used to complete the first inning program, and when you get to 350,000 XP, you will get to pick one of these 3 amazing cards. If you want to know which one of these 3 you should pick, in my opinion, I've already made a video on it. The link to that is in the description below. Today is also very exciting because we are on the last daily moment that we need to do to get this Diamond 89 overall Roberto Alomar. You guys are going to get sick of me saying it, but make sure you're doing your daily moments every single day. That's what we're gonna do right now, and afterwards we're gonna have a fresh new Diamond second baseman on the squad. There he is. Daily moment is done. We've now gotten 2 free diamonds from daily moments. That is just so awesome, and we went ahead and added him to the squad, so now our entire starting lineup is diamonds, which is super cool. You can see Alomar and Giambi on the right side of the infield, both free cards for doing basically nothing every day. Really awesome new addition to the game by SDS. And again, we're working on the Conquest for Pujols, who's gonna play third for us, and then we're gonna move Nico to center field and Clemente to the bench. Now our pitching needs some work. Specifically, our starting pitching still has some silvers in it, but there's a new thing we can do today that is definitely going to help out with that. We have new Tops Now moments in the game for April 12th through April 18th. Make sure you're getting in and doing these after your daily moment. These are more free diamonds. Here are the 4 cards that you will get to pick 2 of when you complete this week's Tops Now moments. There's 87 Carlos Rodon for his no-hitter, 87 Adam Duvall, and then the golds are Tyler Stevenson and Ty France. So we are going to knock out these moments next and make sure they're all done so we get another free diamond for our team. Moments are complete. We get our Tops Now pack for April 12th through the 18th. Let's go and open that one up. Now, out of this diamond round, your choices are Adam Duvall and Carlos Rodon. Honestly, this Carlos Rodon card is just okay. I think his pitch repertoire isn't anything crazy. His hits per 9 is good. He looks a lot like the Musgrove card, but with a worse pitch mix. I'm going to take Rodon because I need starting pitching on this account for sure. We need a lot of help there, but you could definitely make the argument to take this Duvall card. Rakes against lefties, good power versus right, plays a lot of infield positions as well. But if you notice, we already have one of Adam Duvall because I already knew I was going to take Carlos Rodon. So let's talk through my thought process on why I already bought an Adam Duvall. So let's take Rodon. And then here, honestly, I think Stevenson's probably the move, but both of these cards are pretty good. They're just really good gold cards. We already bought Stevenson. We're going to take Ty France. So some of you may have noticed our stub count was looking a little low in the top left. We had about 40k last video. I went ahead and bought every Tops Now card that I didn't get out of the pack, so you can only pick half the players available when you do these Tops Now moments. I went through and I bought every single one of them. The reason that I do that is because in years past, when you wanted to do the Player of the Month program to get a really juiced Player of the Month card, you would need to do a collection of most of the Tops Now cards from that month in order to complete the program and get the end player. So I figured today people were just hopping on, doing these moments and selling the cards because there's a lot of other good cards that came out today. So I went ahead and sucked it up, spent about 25k. But now we have every single Tops Now on the marketplace. If you guys are interested in doing the Player of the Month program, which I highly suggest that you do, the cards are always very good. I would try to stock up on these Tops Now players if you can. Last year you didn't need all of them, but you needed most of them, and the player is honestly worth it, and especially early in the year, a lot of these cards are very usable, so the fact that you have to collect them and lock them in isn't a huge deal. So you could do this next week, or you could do it now. Either way, I just wanted to stay on top of it because I had the stubs and I don't want to worry about it later. So that's my advice to you. Get as many of these cards as you can and just hang on to them. If you end up selling them later, it's it's okay. They might even go up in price with the program coming out. And this is of course all assuming they do the Player of the Month program the same way this year that they did last year. They could change it on us, but it's not like you're losing a lot by buying these cards. So daily moments are out of the way, Tops Now moments are out of the way. Now we're gonna move on to the new first inning showdown that was added. We want to go ahead and complete this showdown because it's going to give us 35,000 experience. That's 1/10 of the experience that you need to get to the boss pack. So that's a lot of experience, 35k. The 35k is not doubled for double XP weekend. As I mentioned earlier, that's just in-game XP, but definitely still worth doing this. You only have to beat it once and then you get 35,000 XP. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll see where we're looking at with the first inning program after this. Showdown is complete. We got our 35,000 XP. We got these sick White Sox uniforms and 5 packs as well. Now in the first inning program, we're sitting at 141,000 experience, so we're about 30,000 experience away from this Diamond Choice pack, and we're about 200,000 experience away from the Boss pack. But with our progress in the first inning program and our progress in Conquest taking over all the map except for the strongholds, we have 25 packs to open. Let's see if we can pull any heat out of these. First, we have another bronze and silver first inning pack. Throughout the first inning, we're going to end up getting all 3 of these cards, so we're just going to take whoever here. And we've got the gold card as well. I'm going to take Dan Plesac here. All right, we got 2 silvers out of the silvers pack. We get 1 ballin' as a habit pack. Can we get a diamond out of here? We do not. It's a gold. It's Andrelton Simmons. We pulled these diamond White Sox uniforms. I wish this was a diamond player. Pretty cool looking though. We completely whiffed on all 25 packs. We didn't even pull a single gold player card out of any of them. That is big sad, man. The pack gods are not on our side so far this year. And to go ahead and round out the video, like I said earlier, tons of new diamond cards that dropped in a content release today. I want to go over each of them and just kind of talk about how I feel about them. There's a new headliner, which is 91 Tim Salmon, and there's a bunch of new diamonds in the Space 2 pack that's in the store. As a no money spent player, I would advise staying away from buying these packs. They're usually not good value, so if you get like base round and space, you're probably gonna lose a lot of stubs. If you want any of these players, just try to save up and buy them off the marketplace would be my best advice. So starting with the headliner, Tim Salmon, this card doesn't really excite me too much. His power's really good, his contact's really good, but really poor defensive outfielder, and I think you can find a lot of cards like this for cheaper, just high power, low fielding in the outfield. I'm playing Eric Davis in the outfield on this account right now, who has similar defensive stats and worse hitting, but he's also a free card, and he's not that far behind in the hitting department as this card, which is probably going to sell for like 30k. So obviously good power hitter. I did use him last year. His swing was pretty good, but just not the card I'm really looking for most of the time in my outfield. On to the cards in the space pack, and looking at the base round first, we got Prospect JJ Bleday here. This card looks alright. He's pretty much average at everything. Good stats versus righties at the plate. Gold fielding, a little slow in the outfield again, only 65 speed with gold fielding, isn't going to play crazy. But overall, a good card. He's decent. There's not much to say about him. This Cy Young card is hilarious. I think if he had 99 stamina instead of 119, he would be like an 80 overall. This card's horrible. He's bad every year, and 60 hits per 9 means your opponent's PCI is going to be gigantic, so stay far away from this guy. Marco Luciano, a primary shortstop with really good pop. This card is pretty good. Again, not stellar. I think I'd want a little bit more fielding and speed out of my shortstop position, but he's really good at the plate for being a primary shortstop. If you go crazy and get him to parallel 5 as well, he'll end up with gold fielding at shortstop, which is something to be mentioned, but that's a huge grind. Again, another good card. Not much to say about him. Just pretty much what you'd expect from an 87 overall at this point in the year. Troy Percival, I don't really know how to feel about him. His hits per 9, K per 9 are obviously very good, but his stuff doesn't look too great. His off-speed pitches being roughly around the same speed doesn't really help him that much, I don't think. Although the speed differential between his four-seam and his off-speed is pretty high. Relievers are pretty hard to come by early in the year, and I imagine this guy's going to be pretty cheap considering he comes from the base round, so he's probably good and worth his price. Just don't expect this guy to be lights out at the back end of your bullpen. And JD Martinez, this card's in Jorge Soler territory. Obviously that fielding is horrible, but the hitting is so crazy, man. 117, 120 power. It may even be worth it just to try him in your starting lineup. Regardless, this guy is going to be a bench bat for a long time. If you're rocking the 91 Soler and the 87 JD Martinez on your bench, you are bringing a lot of pop in clutch situations late game. I'll probably end up trying to pick this card up even though he'll just be a bench bat because that power is nuts. This is a very good card for what he is. And now on to the 3 in the rare round, which I think all 3 cards cards in the rare round are pretty exciting. First off, we got new legend Mike Hampton. I know for sure this card is good. He might be very good, but I don't know how he's going to play out in the meta right now. Obviously, the knocks against this card are the low velocity and the kind of lack of speed differential between his 5 pitches. That being said, though, his pitch mix is pretty close to ideal. You want sinker primary, you want cutter, changeup, slider. All of his pitches are really good. 95 break on the sinker as well. His hits per 9 and K per 9 are good enough, pretty comparable to some of the starters from Team Affinity. And because he's Mike Hampton, he can hit a little bit. 68-56 versus righties and 86-65 versus lefties. That's nothing to scoff at for a pitcher during launch week. Overall, I think this card can be anywhere from good to very good. I just think he's going to get crushed by teams that have completed the Live Series collection, which is the one downside. Because he's left-handed, and teams like that are going to be rocking Chipper Jones, who's maxed out versus lefties, Alfonso Soriano. A lot of them are running Ernie Banks at shortstop. A lot of them are probably going to be picking up Mike Piazza at catcher when they finish the first inning. So it really depends what kind of team you queue into. If you run into a no money spent team from Team Affinity that's running like Keston Hiura, Trent Grisham, guys like that, then a lefty starter is good. So it just depends on the matchup, I guess. But overall, I think the card is good and probably worth the stubs at this point in the year. Next is Billy Hamilton, 91 overall for a 5-steal game. This card looks very, very good to me, man. You guys know I love defense and speed early in the year. If you play him in center field, he's going to have diamond defense with 99 speed. That's basically all you could ask for. He's a switch hitter as well. I would love for his attributes versus righties to be a little better, but you can't really have it all this early in the year. Probably not going to be the best hitter because you do face righties a majority of the time, but the defense this card brings to the table may be worth it. Just again, if you're using him, make sure you play him in center field so you don't lose that diamond shield with the 90 fielding. Is he worth the stubs? I guess it just depends on what you're looking for. Kenny Lofton is pretty similar to this card, and it's going to be attainable soon by a lot of players. Granted, Kenny Lofton's not a switch hitter and hits lefties worse, but overall, really good card. I just don't think you want too many of these types of cards in your lineup. You don't want a lineup full of high speed and low power guys. You still want some thumpers in there. Maybe you're using a corner outfield spot for someone like that, but as a center fielder this early in the year, really love this Billy Hamilton. And finally, the most exciting one, Prospect Adley Rutschman, switch hitting catcher, good contact, good enough power. Card has basically exactly the same hitting stats as Team Affinity Xander Bogaerts, but he's a switch hitter and plays catcher. Had a lot of fun using this card last year, and I think he has a lot of potential to be the best catcher in the game right now. Not only does he bring the switch hitting and the good hitting stats as well, but compared to the other options at the very scarce position of catcher right now, he's actually one of the best options defensively as well. 85 arm strength is actually kind of high compared to the other guys you could be running. For comparison, Salvador Perez only has 77 arm strength. Mike Piazza, not renowned for his defense at all, but he's only rocking 73 arm strength. So my point is, with Adley, you get the total package. The only diamond catcher right now that has higher arm strength is Live Series JT Real Muto, who hits a lot worse than this card. So this card is really, really good. Definitely a top tier option at catcher. And if you can get him to parallel 5, that arm strength is going to go all the way up to 90, and he's going to have diamond defense behind the plate as well. The 85 fielding, 85 arm, and 85 blocking is just juicy for someone who wants to grind this card to all the way to parallel 5. So that's going to do it for No Money Spent episode 4. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. There was a lot going on. Next episode, we will be doing some market flipping and showing you guys how to look for cards that have good margins and how to make stubs on the marketplace that way. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you guys watching. Take care, and I will see you in episode 5.